Hey, everybody, we're back.
We are back, but you can't see us right now if you're watching on YouTube, Scott. It is not your computer. Do not adjust that dial. We do not have the cameras today because everything is being still moved from Easter to the convention center.
Yes, right now, actually.
So we apologize for not having video, but you can still listen to the whole thing here or listen anywhere that you get podcasts, Apple Podcasts, Spotify, whatever you prefer.
And listen today because we're talking about Easter. And coming back to the old convention center.
We are moving stuff, Scott. We're going right now out of this room.
We're back.
Did you watch Welcome Back, Kotter? I never really seen it.
Yeah, Nick at Night.
Yeah, there you go.
All right.
A little before our time, but we are glad you're here. Make sure you leave a review. Give us 5 stars. It helps people to find the podcast, makes it easier to search. And subscribe. If you're listening to the audio version, hit the subscription so you get a new episode every week. Or if you're on YouTube, subscribe to our YouTube channel to get all the great content. Like, you can go back and watch the Easter service if you missed it.
Or you can just hear my voice.
Just listen to Scott for hours. There's really hours of you talking.
That's scary.
That's right. So let's listen to you talk some more on this episode of Backstage with the Simple Church.
Wow, that was loud.
Sounded good, though.
Yeah, it did.
It's good to be back, Scott.
Yeah, good morning, Evan.
Good morning. That's not maybe morning where they're listening, but
That's
it's you
true.
and me. We're
is.
recording.
It's 9:31, Tuesday, April 6th.
You want to give them the weather forecast that's outdated?
Right now, I would say it's probably about, 60?
It's high pollen. That's what it is.
Yeah, 65 degrees outside.
There you go.
North-northwest at 5 miles an hour.
Thank you for that update. My name is Evan Semenko. I'm the online pastor here at the Simple Church.
Oh, that was so formal.
That's right.
And I'm Scott, and I'm the janitor.
And you heard a voice over there, Jordan Phillips, but the only reason you can hear Jordan is because we don't have a video today.
Yes,
Scott.
by the way, all the YouTube subscribers, sorry, our cameras got used for Easter.
A lot of stuff got used for Easter.
Yeah.
We're coming off Easter week. That's a big deal over here at the Simple Church.
I'm still tired.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah, I slept in yesterday. I woke up at 6 yesterday, then went back to bed, and then I didn't wake up till like 10:30.
There you go. Well, we just want to talk a little bit about Easter, do a short episode, because we have actually got to go get set up at the convention center, Scott.
Plus, let's just be honest here. Justin was supposed to be here, but Justin's having some technical difficulties this morning. Couldn't make it. Phone's not working.
So we're going to give a full
Godspeed,
Easter recap. Godspeed, wherever you are. Do you realize how much we use our phone?
Yes.
Like, it's a lot.
And I grew up without a phone.
Back in the
That's
day.
how old I am.
Have you watched the Netflix documentary, The Social
Experiment.
Dilemma. Yes.
Dude,
We all said dilemma.
that will change your whole outlook.
If you're not paying for something, you are the product.
Ooh.
You use stuff for free like Facebook and Instagram. They're marketing and using you.
Well, I'm being used.
Me too. There we go. So let's just talk real quick about Easter, Scott. Easter 2021, very different than Easter 2020, thank God.
Yeah. We actually did something.
We did. Well, you and me were on the radio last
That's
Easter in a
true.
tornado.
Yes.
That was wild.
Yeah. Wow. Crazy.
It is. But we were back at the Brookshire Grocery Arena.
We're back.
And we're back. Jordan was a big part of that. Jordan, tell us your official title of what you do for some folks besides podcast producer.
Yeah, so I'm actually the audio director. So anything live audio that comes out on the web or comes out live, all falls under me. So
This isn't live, though.
well, this is not live. He said besides podcast.
You actually, if it's on demand, we hear you too because you do the sound for things.
So pretty much anything audio related.
If you hear it in your
comes
ears.
through my computer at some point.
Jordan, the audio director. I like that title.
Jordan, making your ears happy. That's good because bad sound's a bad deal.
Yep. Philips Sound.
You probably don't appreciate when sounds good. You just take it for granted. But when something's wrong,
People let me know.
they let
me know.
Well,
And if
Jordan's favorite thing is to hear when it's too loud.
oh, dude.
If this podcast is too loud, just send Jordan an email.
At Jordan.
We got a
I don't
complaint
care.
early on in quarantine that the online broadcast going out was too loud.
Now,
Like the videos
let's
were
think
too
about
loud.
You're welcome.
You couldn't just turn your TVs down.
I probably sent that.
You
just
probably
to,
did.
just to poke the bear.
That's funny. So, Jordan, how do you feel like it went over at the Brookshire Grocery Arena? Easy for me to say. Grony Arena.
It was good. It was fun. It was the first time that all of us as production guys got to do anything in a year. So it was really rusty on the front end, but it all came together and it was great.
So I don't think people really appreciate the scale of like moving, setting something up, and tearing it down. So how many trucks and trailers did we have? A bunch, right?
We had 3 Penske 26-foot trucks. We had 3 18-wheelers, 1 dedicated strictly for sound.
Yep.
And then Paxton had his...
He had 2 trucks as
2
well.
26-foot trucks plus a little truck. And then we had not 1, but 2. We had a 28-foot trailer. That's our trailer. And then we had a 26-foot trailer that was also our trailer.
So, all that to say, a lot of stuff.
And a video trailer.
Yep. A lot of stuff.
Still don't know why we...
It's really just storage at the moment.
Yeah, the video trailer. We didn't even use it.
Yeah, because we came out of the video trailer when we went to the municipal.
Right.
And we haven't gone back into it. I don't think we're going to go back into it.
No, you're not going to go back into it.
But there's still a bunch of stuff in it that we use. It's kind of like a storage trailer at the moment.
And so all that happens because of awesome people like Jordan, but then hundreds of volunteers. So if you're listening to this, you're backstage, you want to know how it happens. It's because of all the volunteers. So a round of applause for volunteers.
Yay.
We had a couple hundred show up on Thursday night. We took communion, got ready for Easter, and then they went to work. And it is like when you kick an anthill and bees. When you kick an anthill and bees come out, that's bad, Scott.
Whoa.
You're kicking the wrong kind of anthill.
You're in trouble. When you kick an anthill and they all just scatter and go everywhere, and then just stuff got put up and signs hung and all the kid stuff, the balloons, everything. And if you were there at Easter, you saw all that, and it does not happen without hundreds of people giving up their time, and we sure do appreciate them.
Thanks to listeners like you.
You can support this podcast by
Little
volunteering.
PBS there.
That was good.
How many people do you think we had?
So that's
volunteer
a great question.
wise.
Volunteer wise, I counted personally in the room, and I confirmed
Wow.
that on Thursday.
Like each person, like one.
When we were in the meeting for Thursday, I really did. I counted
Wow.
across. We had 308 souls present on
Souls.
Thursday night. Living souls in the room that we went and did and then we had, I think, 480 that ended up signing up to serve. So if you signed up and didn't serve, we don't know. You still got counted.
Yep.
But
There
it
you
took
go.
a bunch of people to do it, and we are super thankful because it was our first real big event back. So we weren't sure who's coming back, who's comfortable or
Yeah, we
not.
were afraid no one was coming back. Let's just be honest here.
It's a weird time, Scott.
Yeah,
It's
it
a
is.
weird time. And then I ended up at the exit at the volunteer table with Mallory on Sunday and just watching that many people. Like, I hadn't been anywhere close to that many people in a year. Had you been to anything that had more than a couple dozen people, right? Not you?
No.
And so I know they've opened some stuff back up. I was like, man, it is just really like weird how many people there are again in one place.
Yeah.
On Sunday morning, it was great. It was a great feel in the room. Everybody was super kind going in and getting there and going through the health stuff. We know it's a hassle. We know people don't like it and don't want to do it, but it really does matter. And we appreciate it that we can be good neighbors to our friends at the Brookshire Grocery Arena. They used us as guinea pigs. What some people might not know is that was the first big event they've had in the arena in a year. I think Share was the best one.
Actually, this was the first big arena that Brookshire's
Since they
first
bought
big
it.
event that Brookshire's has had since they bought it.
Yeah.
So this is with a completely new staff. Well, almost completely new. By the way, they have four full-time people there right now
That run the whole arena.
that run the whole arena because they haven't had any events, so there is no need for anybody else right now. So literally, there's 4 people that run that whole arena, and there were, of course, they brought in extra people for us, but yeah, there's just 4 main people, and they were very, very thankful and grateful.
Yeah, I saw them hanging up signs that Thursday night. We
Yeah.
were up there. They're panicking, trying to get their stuff together too.
Yeah.
And get ready. And they've got events this summer booked. I know Dude Perfect is coming, and JoJo Siwa. Do y'all even know who JoJo Siwa
No,
is?
Don't have a clue.
Negative.
It's like a Nickelodeon kids character. It's going on like a kids store.
JoJo Siwa?
Yeah, you would not like it.
Like
the new
season,
Hannah
like a
Montana.
C?
Yeah, Siwa, I think. Siwa.
Okay.
There you go. So that's a little kid update for you. But anyway, they were just a little bit talking to us of we're excited to get back, and they're using us as guinea pigs to see how it's going
Yeah.
to go and the health protocols and all that stuff. So thank you to everybody that came to Easter because they were very kind and patient with the arena there and followed the
Yes.
rules and did good. And I think we had a great time.
Yeah, I did.
I did. You were doing trolleys, right? It was a little bit different for you.
Yeah, it was. This was, I am no longer on the media team by my own choice. Yeah, I fired myself. Which, because
Scott and I used to throw stuff at each other.
Yeah, it's true. But no, obviously because what Will pulled off, which Will Flavin or Flavin, depending on how you want to pronounce it.
What does he prefer?
He prefers Flavin.
Is that accurate?
Sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sure.
But anyway, I like to call him Flavinoid. But he is a professional. He's worked with John Legend, Charlie Puth. He is an amazing guy. He's out of Nashville. He was from here, moved to Nashville. He does the big tours, and he is way better at lighting than I could ever think to be. So he did an amazing job. So I was like, you got it this year, buddy.
All years. And he started when he was like 15.
Yeah,
right?
he did. He started with us actually when he was 14, 15 years old.
As just like a volunteer, right?
Yeah, and then he started working with Paxton, had his own company at 16, his own lighting company at 16, and worked with Paxton. And how he got a start in Nashville is with us. He programmed a show for King and Country when he was 17 years old, and he was a senior in high school. And the tour manager said, when you graduate high school, call me. And so Will, when he was getting ready to graduate, had a dilemma. Do I go to college or do I go and try to go on tour? So he chose to go on tour, and that was all she wrote. Started out doing Christian acts, and now he's in the big time. He is Lana Del Rey's lighting guy, and he's now to the point where literally he just flies in, programs the show, and flies out.
Wow.
And he's the big guy.
And how old is he now?
He's like 22.
He's 24.
He's like 24.
Yeah, just like you said, 25.
22, 24. He's in his early 20s.
That's wild.
Yeah.
Yeah, he and Sam did an amazing job. Sam was his assistant tech, and they did an amazing job.
Yeah, which Sam's based out of Nashville as well.
Yep.
Yeah. And Will still, when I asked him when he's going on tour, when things start back, he said 2022.
Really?
Yeah, I asked him when we got done. I said, "When are you going back to Nashville?" He said, "Dude, I don't have a clue."
Yeah, he works for Live Nation, and Live Nation, which is one of the largest touring companies in the world. And they told him, 2022 is when we'll start back.
Crazy.
Yep.
What a time.
What was y'all's favorite part of the Easter service?
Ooh, you're putting us on the spot here, Jordan.
Well, I will be honest with you. That's not a good question for me because I really didn't see much
As
of
it came out of my mouth, I was like, Scott was probably driving
Your
the trolley
favorite
around
part
the whole
was
time.
driving around outside.
Well, I wasn't driving. I was Saturday. I literally just sat in my car and watched because really it was my life group that was pulling the trolleys.
Gotcha. You were coordinating.
Yeah, I was coordinating, trolley coordinator. But the second day, I was just kind of all over the place. I was outdoor activities, helping set that up, and so I did sit in at the very end. Just because my parents were there and I wanted to spend that 5 minutes with them. But so I'm not a good person to ask.
There you go. Well, I will say the wall being built at the end was probably my favorite. Seeing the Lego pieces come together. If you were at the service, you know that we asked for a donation. The money would go to help to rebuild people's lives. And then the wall came together during that last worship set was so powerful. And just thinking about all the stuff that happened, I talked to one volunteer. He'd be mad if I said his name, but he has lost 4 family members to COVID this year. He lost an aunt and uncle who both got it at the same time, were hospitalized, and ended up passing away from the same infection in the same household. And then he lost 2 more cousins that have gone and died from COVID this year. And he was just very emotional talking about it, setting up on Thursday night. We tried to get him on video, and he wouldn't do it. He said he just couldn't talk about it yet. And that going, and he had a brick for his family members and thinking about, for me and you, for the most part, I think, and Jordan, I'd speak to you, but we've come through this okay. I mean, we still have jobs. I know you lost some stuff and was able to go through Jordan of gigs and things that happened, but for the most part, we're all right. But there's a lot of people that are really affected by this. And I think about like Will he doesn't know his whole future's in jeopardy and hanging in the air of what he's going to do and win and survive in. And there's a lot of people that don't have that support and family to get through it and know what to do. So just seeing all that and acknowledging that in the room and being able to pray for that and know that we have hope that there is something that can come out of this that is good, and all the money's going to do real good. It's going to help people. Justin and a team are going to Lebanon in a couple weeks. We're going to help with part of that. We talked about Lighthouse. They're going to be able to do camps this summer. Hopefully they're planning on it and everything stays good so they can do that. And it's just a lot going on that this year was rough. It was really something very interesting, and we're all still processing going through it, and being able to see that with the bricks I think was just really cool.
It was.
It was a good moment.
Yeah,
there you go.
that's all
Did
I
you
have
have a
to
favorite
say.
more than Jordan?
I mean, that moment was powerful, and it was fun. The music part of that obviously was,
How about those horns?
dude,
Man,
they
that's
killed
fun.
it, man. And when they did the
We had
crowd,
horns.
Didn't even get to
we
see
did.
him.
When we did the crowd side to side thing, that was fun. It was funny. We were watching it yesterday, just laughing the whole time.
I mean, very few people have had any kind of live experience like that in a room where you can just be fun and have a crowd and the energy and the excitement. I thought that was really cool too. That's a good one.
Yeah. Yep. It was fun.
I
We had a good
missed
time.
it. Yeah.
You're
You
out
can
there
go
working.
watch it online.
It is available on demand, and we are going to stay online, Scott, because this week is a great transition. We are back.
At the convention center.
Shreveport Convention Center.
Shreveport Convention Center.
So we haven't really had services there in over a year. Is that the jingle?
I guess.
We should do the jingle.
By the way, if you want the jingle,
unofficial jingle.
Scott owns the rights to
Yeah.
that. Patent pending. But we will be back. We did have services briefly open to the
Yes.
live audience when we started. It was really only about 4 or 5 weeks, I think, before we moved to the municipal.
Yes. Well, no, it wasn't even open to the public.
Right.
Yeah, no, it was
But
completely.
we did have a
closed
live
off.
audience, and we were able to do a little bit there and have some folks in the room just to start. But it's been a while,
We have not had a true audience in there since the pandemic started.
right?
Yeah, it was so
Yeah.
interesting to see like how many people were gonna come to Easter, and how many were gonna be online. So now it's another like, how many people are gonna come the week after Easter?
So we looked it up in our Simple Church history. Scott, do you want to guess the percentage of people from Easter one week to the church the next week, the service that's there, Sunday to
50.
Sunday? Did you know that number?
50%.
It was like 55%
Really?
in our history. So if whatever we have on Easter,
just guessed. I
That's a
didn't
good
know.
guess, right?
Yeah.
So in our history, whatever number comes to Easter, 55% come back the next week. So if you are listening to this podcast, you're dedicated, you're in, we're excited, you're backstage. We would love to have you at the convention center. We're going to 2 services.
Yes, and also masks are still required.
That's important when you come
Yeah.
in the building. We do want to be a good neighbor. We want
Yes.
to be kind and treat others the way we would like to be treated, even if you don't think it's real, you're worried about it, whatever. We do want to just respect those rules that the convention center is asking us to do.
Yes.
We do want to be able to go and be safe. And then when you get in, you can get seated, you can spread out, get your donut, get your drink, and be able to do that. So 9:30 and 11 are the 2 service times. We used to do 3 services.
Thank goodness.
And so we went down to 2. And the other really big change is there is no childcare offered at the 9:30 service. So if you have
It's only 11 o'clock.
babies through 12th grade, we're asking you to come to that 11 o'clock service. So if you're a volunteer, if you don't have kids, you want to come early and get out and go get lunch, come at 9:30, hang out. But we are directing, if you have families and you want to do that, go at 11 o'clock and we'll have everything available. Middle school, high school will be back, all the child classes. They're going to do small groups for kindergarten through 5th grade now. And it's going to
Oh.
be something exciting going back. Yeah, they're kind of changing it
I
up.
like that.
So we're still going to do the FX live that we're going to do once a month and be able to figure that out. And there's details coming about that soon, so stay tuned for that. But the kind of the way SK did it before is going to change, and they're going to do more small group, more teaching the kids Bible lessons, have a consistent group they stay with. And it'll be really, really good for kids to be able to be back. Nora, my daughter, was kindergarten this year, so she never got to go and be there because it was not meeting. So she's very excited to be in her kindergarten group and be back.
Go kindergartners.
Goodness, and they'll have all the stuff for preschoolers as well, like they did before. And so that is only at 11 a.m.
Only at 11 a.m.
And then downstairs, Jordan, we're back in the room. We're going to be
We're
the same
back.
great product. We're excited.
In fact, right now, there is a group of people at the convention center that are unloading trucks and trailers, taking care of that right now.
as soon as we finish this podcast, we're going to help them.
You are.
You know,
kidding.
Easter's like, people don't realize for us, Easter's like a 3-week long event. It's not just Easter week, because it's taking everything down the week before Easter, moving it all the week, and doing it the Easter, and then getting it all back to how it needs to be for the following week. So
A lot of trucks.
I
a lot
just
of
told my
moving
wife
pieces.
like a month ago, I was like, I just don't plan on sleeping those 3 weeks.
Because you're still
fine.
doing other stuff too.
Oh,
yeah.
it's fine.
Producing podcasts.
Yeah, because even like this morning, I was at work at 7 a.m.
God
Yep.
bless you. Thank
Yeah.
you, Scott.
Hey, you're welcome.
And right when we
Appreciate
get done with this, we're all running out of here.
That's right. And it's about that time. So if you would like to attend back at the Shreveport Convention Center this Sunday, we'd love you to be
Do
there.
they still need a ticket?
They do need a ticket, Scott. Good question. It is available on the Simple Church app. You can download on any device or go to the website, www.thesimplechurch.tv, and we'll put a link in the show notes to this so you can get a ticket directly
Yes.
and be back and hang out with us this Sunday.
And once again, the only reason why the ticket is number one, it's the health survey, but it's also to make sure we know who's coming.
So we could, in theory, not require that and just do a physical paper form, but then you have to stand there and fill it out in line. You have to wait when you
Yes.
get there. And we just want to make it better and easier for you. So if you fill us out that ticket, let us know you're coming. That just gets your email address. We send you that email automatically Sunday morning. You fill it out and show the screenshot on your phone. No fuss, no printing stuff. You don't have to do anything with the ticket. We just need to know you're coming, and that gets us your information to be able to send you that email.
Yeah, and it also helps us set the room up. Because
Right.
if you came to Easter, you saw all the caution tape everywhere. It helps us set the room
Yeah, because we
in the convention center up to be.
we still have to separate the chairs and all that stuff too. So
That's right. So just let us know you're coming. Have donuts for you. Have a soft drink.
In that clamshell.
The clamshell.
That
Yes.
graphic was hilarious.
I mean, it's very literal, right? Caleb did that, and there's
Well,
a picture of it.
The systems tech, he looked at me, he goes, do y'all literally have clamshells up there? It's like, no, it's just like the to-go things.
Well, that'd
He's
be
like,
weird.
Okay, that makes a lot more sense. I was
No,
wondering how
I
that was
really
going to
wish
work.
We had actual clam shells.
Be a lot of
now.
clams.
Well, I mean, I don't know.
Go to Herbie
clam-
K's. There's a bunch on the ground
Yeah,
over
I
there.
was gonna say, I don't know how many clams there are, but I'm sure there's enough.
In the world?
Yeah.
A lot of clams.
I mean, have you ever walked on a beach?
Yes.
There's a lot of clam shells.
There are.
Just saying.
Not many that would hold a donut, though.
Well, I mean,
Donut holes.
yeah. Ooh, and that most
We might be
clam
onto
shells, I
something
don't
now.
know.
Nothing
don't
like
know.
a
Those-
fishy
those-
donut.
Those clam shells are pretty small. At least in Destin, they are.
There you go.
I've never ran across a giant scallop
Nope.
in Destin.
Just stick a donut in it.
I'd probably run away if I did.
Yeah, that would be terrifying.
This giant scallop. Anyway, thank you all for
There
listening.
we go.
If you made it through, thanks.
Yeah.
Happy post-Easter.
Happy
April.
Easter. He almost said
I
Easter.
did Easter. It's just in the habit.
Yeah. And please come back. Please.
It's Scott's job depends
But
on it.
for real, on a different note, if you are not comfortable coming back, if you're still not ready
still
to,
online.
we will be everything we've done online. We're calling it Phygital Church, Scott.
Phygital?
Physical and digital. It's not either or.
First time I heard that one.
It's
Yeah.
both. We're trying to get that catch on. Phygital
like-
Church.
Sounds like fidgety.
Yeah, it does. But we are going to offer the pre-show still. You can watch online as you're coming in. If you're attending live or at home, you'll be able to watch the service. It'll still be on demand. We'll still have great podcast every week.
You think they would have like a really good like host on the old pre-show, but nope, I'm still just doing nothing. That's cool. Whatever.
Takes another microphone.
Scott is so salty.
More
about
work
being
for
on
me.
Screen.
You may remember me from the screen.
That's Scott's famous line.
Yes.
He gets recognized in videos.
Yes.
Please recognize Scott in public.
Yes,
Feed his
please
ego.
do. Yes.
And we'll hope to see you back this Sunday.
Come on back.
Bye-bye. Thank you for listening to this episode of the Backstage with the Simple Church podcast. Please subscribe so you don't miss a single episode. Subscribe on YouTube if you're watching / listening to this one. And we appreciate you giving us the time.
If every time you subscribe, does that mean I get a wing?
I think, you get a jewel in your crown in heaven, Scott.
And I get to keep my job.
So make sure to do that. We don't want Scott to get
No,
fired.
no.
I don't want to get fired. I
I
enjoy
don't
doing
want to get
this.
fired either.
Thanks for being
Who
here.
does want to be fired?
Sometimes people want to get fired.
Anyway.
On that note, we appreciate it. Give us a review. Make sure you let us know. Check out the show notes for more information and how to get a ticket easily for this Sunday back at the Shreveport Convention Center.
And once again, as always, if you have anything you want us to discuss, any questions, comments, email me at scott@thesimplechurch.tv or podcasts with an S at thesimplechurch.tv.
Guest recommendations. We've got some good guests
Yes.
coming up, Scott, in the next couple weeks. But if you have somebody you think we should
We
talk
do?
to, we'd love to talk to them. Yeah.
Oh,
Let's talk about it off air.
okay.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.